Hello. Hello. Hi, people. Hi, everyone. Hello. Hello. Wow, lots of people. Hi, everyone. How are you doing? Where are you from? Oh, Simon's here. Let's see. Let's go. Thank you. I did my eyelashes first time in my life, so I'm pretty excited about it. Hi, Simon. Sorry.
Hello!
I was replying to a comment that someone said that I look wonderful today.
Oh, legend. Everyone looks wonderful because you're all legendary.
Oh, thank you.
That's all right. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I think you're a bit quiet. You know what? I'm gonna put the headphones in.
Cool beans. Da-da-da-da-da. Get the angle nice and right. Lovely.
Oh wait.
USA. Vienna. Cool, yeah.
I spent like half an hour arranging the angle, and now it's all screwed up because of the cable for the headphones.
Such is always the way, isn't it?
Okay. I hope it's not gonna collapse. You know, like when I'm using like a stand to hold my phone, I'm always you don't hear me now, yeah?
I can hear you.
Yeah. When I'm using a stand to hold my phone, then I'm always scared that my phone is gonna fall down.
Oh, amazing. Have you had a nice day?
Yeah, it was great. It was amazing. How was yours?
It was good. I've been recording videos all day.
Cool.
Lockdown has meant recording content is actually a lot easier at the minute because
Yeah.
we can't do much else. So,
I really wanted to record today, but the weather is like this,
oh man.
so it's not very good for lightning. So I
Hmm.
used it as an excuse to be lazy and not record anything.
Hey, Rich Nolan. Oh yeah.
Oh,
That's
you
fun.
got some fans joining. Okay, everyone, thanks for joining. I'm Juliana
Legendary.
from Flight. I think you already saw me a couple of times. Today I'm going to be interviewing Simon so that we get to know him a little bit better because I think we've been like, we know each other like for like a year, I think,
Almost
around.
a year now. It's almost a
Yeah,
year. Oh.
yeah, and I actually don't know a lot of things about you, so I thought like this is perfect opportunity to like actually ask some questions.
I think it'll be really cool. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So my first question is the same as I ask to everyone. How did you get started with the uke? When was actually the first time when you saw ukulele? And yeah.
Oh God. So, two parts. The first time I bought a ukulele was before I left home when I was about 18. I think I just bought a really, really cheap one, and I played it for about a week and then completely forgot about it. Then I went to university, studied music. I was a guitarist. Then I was a drummer. Then I was a guitarist again. I was doing all this, that, and the other. Um, Graduated, came back home, and realised how difficult it was to make a living as a drummer because there's so many drummers everywhere. And I was like, I really need to make money. Um, so I need to do something that people are going to find interesting. And where I was living at the time, no one was performing as a ukulele player, at least to the best of my knowledge. So I just started that, and then people really liked it. So that was about 5 years ago, and I've never looked back since.
Okay, are you saying that it's possible to like make a living in the UK as a ukulele player?
Definite. Oh God, yeah. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I made a living from it for like 3 years before I even met anyone in the ukulele community. There are
Wow.
people slaying it in the ukulele. Phil Dolman is one
Mm-hmm.
of the big players in the UK. Opera, we
Yeah.
love Opera. Those guys
Yeah.
are
Yeah. Yeah.
incredible. Robin Evans is the man. He helps put on Gnuff, and just
Mm-hmm.
God, there's so many great ones in the UK. But yeah, you can definitely do it if you've
Okay,
got
because
drive.
I know lots of European players like I know who are not in the UK. They
Hmm.
are doing ukulele as a side
Yeah.
job, and then they have like a main job going, so which supports them, because ukulele by itself is not enough to support them.
I think with any musician that is often the case. You know, even big stars or people that you'd think are big stars normally have another stream of income. R. Kelly, not R. Kelly, sorry, P. Diddy is my favorite example. P. Diddy makes more money from all of his other businesses than he does from his music. But it allows him, you know, so I think as a musician or someone that's creative, you're always going to be an entrepreneur. You're always going to look for other ways of making income. You know, I'm a full-time college lecturer as well
That
as
was my next question, actually.
yeah, go on.
What do you do for a living, like,
Yeah,
outside
well,
of ukulele?
so yeah, I paid the bills with nothing but gigs for about a year before. And whilst that was amazing, it was really hard. I did about 120 gigs in 1 year. And that was just ukulele gigs. I was in a band as well. So lots and lots of gigs. And as amazing as it is, it's very physically demanding. And I got very ill. I'm very prone to
I believe you. I
yeah.
believe you.
Um,
100%.
and then I got an opportunity to teach at this college, and then sort of did half and half. And now I teach there Monday to Friday, and then evenings and weekends is gigging and YouTube and Instagram and all those kinds of things.
So what do you teach?
I teach music performance is the course, so general musicianship, everything from you know, how to be professional, how to act on stage, a little bit of business, a little bit of music theory. It's so that you become an all-round employable musician, regardless of what instrument you play. And we're so Rich Nolan Drums, who was chiming in at the beginning of this, he's one of my colleagues as well, and he's the man that got me into Instagram. But you know, so you know, we work with one another every day, and then obviously we're doing the, you know, gigs, Instagram posting, all of that social media stuff on the side, which is the reality for most working musicians. But it's nice to be around music all the time, even if it's, you know, a job.
Are you actually prepared to play something today, or are you just prepared to talk?
I can play if you want. I'm always ready.
Okay.
That's a working
Okay,
musician,
cool.
ready to
We,
play.
we have Cucho Carp. Estás aquí, because there is a comment saying en español. Hoy hablamos inglés porque este cuento de flightukulele es cuento en inglés, pero tenemos otro cuento que es flightukulele. Está todo en español, así que preparamos algunas entrevistas también en español en futuro. Pero hoy estamos hablando inglés y si quieres puedes ver cómo toca Simon, porque va a tocar algo ahora. Okay. Play, please.
God, you're a legend there. That was great.
I feel like almost like, you know, it's a shame that we don't have like some kind of translation, like simultaneous translation, because I have Russian people joining and Spanish people joining, and like some of them don't understand, but yeah. So, but everybody understands music, so let's do it.
Music, the universal language, yeah. Oh, let's do one of my old favourites. Is all good, yeah. I'm just going to tilt my camera so people can see a little bit.
Okay. Ciao, Italia.
You got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. When the road looks rough ahead and you're miles and miles from your nice home, baby. Yeah, just remember what your old pals say. You got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. Baby, you do. You got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. You got troubles, well, I got them too. There is not anything I wouldn't do for you. We stick together. together and we'll see it through. You got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. Oh yeah. Now some of the folks gonna be a little bit smarter than I am. Hey. Bigger and stronger too. Well, baby. But none of them will ever love you the way I do. It's me and you, boy, and as the years go by, our friendship will never die. You gotta see it someday, show me. You got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. You got a friend. You got a friend in me. Oh yeah. Oh,
Awesome. People are going crazy in the comments.
oh, beautiful. Thanks, guys. Thank you all
We,
very much for chiming in as well. I really appreciate
we
it.
have like the whole world here. We have Mexico, we have Brazil, we have
Oh,
USA,
amazing.
Russia, Argentina, Italy. Everyone is here. And
Global.
even my friend Raul from Torreon, Mexico is joined in.
Amazing.
I don't know if he's still here, but hi Raul.
There we go. Hello, everybody. Woo!
Okay, so yeah, my next question was about performance. What it was your favorite performance, your favorite gig?
That I've ever done.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a good one. There's a. Are you familiar with what tribute acts are?
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's this festival in the north of England called Tribfest, which is the UK's largest tribute act festival. So, you know, people dressing up as, you know, Bruce Springsteen, Tina Turner, all of that. But they have an acoustic tent. And in Hull, where it was, obviously people had been drinking for ages. And I had a 20-minute set, and it was just mad. Like, people were just going absolutely crazy and dancing and hollering and having a great time. And that was like the first time I'd ever experienced that kind of energy. And you really get to feed off it nicely. That's sort of probably the most memorable one. And then I did it the same again the year after, and that took it to a whole other level. Yeah, people in the north of England go really crazy at gigs. It's great.
What did you play there? Who were you tributing?
No, just me playing
Ah,
covers. So when I first started gigging on the ukulele, it was geared towards weddings, and you play loads of covers at weddings because that's what people want to hear.
yep.
So I'd always sort of be in the background while people are schmoozing about and having their cocktails. So you know, I got it sort of through that, and so yeah, I have like 200 covers up in the brain. Playing covers has been my bread and butter for ages and ages. So yeah, just played loads of cover songs and people had a great time, and it was absolutely bonkers. Like a guy came into the tent and he came to say hi at the end of the show, and he was like, I only came in because you looked like a twat. You look really ridiculous. And I was like, oh, and he goes, but I really enjoyed it nonetheless. And I was like, that's amazing.
Oh my God.
That kind of, you know,
That's
the obviously the stereotype of what a ukulele player is, and then completely took him off his feet. So yeah, probably that one is sort of my favourite gig that I've ever played, just because it was mad, absolutely bonkers.
That's so cool. Cool. Yeah, I noticed when I moved to the UK, I lived there for like I think since I was 15 till 21. When
Nice.
I moved there, I realized that people don't dance as much as in Eastern Europe.
No, yeah.
And then you would go to banging rave, you know, the music like, bah, 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 like everyone like yeah, it's just like this.
Yeah. British people are very well. I don't want to stereotype, but very reserved. So like where I'm from, a place called Norfolk, people are they just like to watch and enjoy in the way they do. So like I've done gigs before, and people have been like this the entire gig. But then at the end of it, they're like, I really enjoyed it. That was amazing. That was one of the, that was really fun. I'd be like, really? Because your face was like this. Um, but I think that's just a bit of a thing that British people do. You really, but that's the nice thing about live music. Well, music in general. Like if you give people energy, and they'll give it back to you eventually. So like you really have to plug hard and work hard. Like there's gigs where I'm just begging for people to engage, but as soon as you get that person that starts dancing, then the dance floor fills, and then you have that amazing energy. And I think that's a good skill to be able to do, especially with very these people in Britain. And then but the further up north you go, the more ruckus people get. And then I've only heard good things about European crowds. Apparently Japanese crowds are super, they love it, they just go nuts for everything.
For rock music, probably. I don't know. Like I just seen some videos for like, or even when I went to Hong Kong, I went to a big K-pop award ceremony. Okay, like I shouldn't be, I shouldn't be revealing this on my big flightukulele account, but I went to a big K-pop award ceremony, and all the people, they were not like moving much, but they were like all shouting and clapping like really, really
Yeah,
loud, like after each song. Like
and
like really screaming, but
mm,
like they were not almost not moving during the songs. They were just watching, and then this crazy
as long
loudness.
as people are enjoying it in their
Mm,
own way, I think that's the important thing.
mm,
But it can make it a bit easier for a performer if people are like, woohoo.
true. My next question: how long do you practice each day?
So I think there's a very clear distinction between practice and playing.
Mm-hmm.
Because practice shouldn't sound good.
Mm-hmm.
Because if it sounds good, then you're playing and you're not practicing. So practice, I don't do much. I'm normally playing and recording. So I normally record a video every day or something every day. So it normally takes about an hour. So like I was doing a video today with a really nice secret collaboration coming up with another flight artist. Keep your eye out. And there was a thing I had to do, and it took me probably about an hour to actually record it because it was intense. So that was probably practice, but practice-wise, probably not much. If I'm honest, I play more than I practice because I'm, putting YouTube and Instagram videos together. But yeah, I'm playing ukulele an hour a day normally, minimum. Um,
Okay,
but yeah,
that's
because I'm still working from home, so still working 9 till 5. So by the time I've had dinner and done something, so yeah,
that's
whenever I
cool.
can.
Good, impressive.
But I think another thing with practice as well that I always preach is, for all you ukulele players out there, practice smart. So you don't necessarily have to practice for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours to see progress. If you're practicing efficiently and you're practicing and you know what you're practicing and you know where you're going, you could do 10 minutes a day and see more progress than someone that's doing, 3 hours a day if you're practicing the right way. So, videoing your progress, really honing in on making those improvements,
Mm-mm-mm.
and sort of, listening to it as opposed to feeling it. Because I've played ukulele and it feels great. And I'm like, yes, I feel so good. But with regards to what I'm practicing, I'm not seeing much development. But yeah, maybe that's another Instagram live thing to talk about efficient practice. That would be cool. If Rich Nolan's still in, he's really good. He's the drummer, man. He practices. I don't know if he's still in or not, but yeah, I think that's practice smart.
That's important. I just ordered a book called Flow from Amazon, and I'm
Nice.
waiting for it to arrive. I actually read a little sample of it, and it talks about what you just talked
Yeah,
about, basically about getting into flow and really concentrating and like shutting everything else out and like just doing one thing and doing it really well,
yeah,
and then moving to different thing. So it says like if you manage to like train your brain to get into flow in everything you do without being multitasking or being distracted, then you're
mm,
kind of living a perfect life.
Yeah.
So I don't know if anyone in this world can do it, but yeah, I'm gonna try. So order the book. Let's see what happens.
Mm. I think with anything that's creative, I've been talking about this a lot at work, teaching actually. You have the process and the product. So
Mm,
whether it's songwriting or practice or production, in the early days, you want to focus on the process, being able to practice effectively, finish the songwriting idea, regardless of how good it actually sounds. Ed
mhm.
Sheeran is a big, enthusiast on. He'll always finish a song idea, and he'll write 3 songs a day, and chances are every 2 of those songs are going to be really rubbish, and one might be half decent. But the process is what he's focusing on, and that's what sees that improvement.
Cool. Oh, I have another friend, Christoph.
From
Hola,
Spain.
Christoph.
Woo!
Actually, he's French, but he lives in Spain and he works on Alhambra guitars. You know the
Oh, yeah.
classical guitars?
Very nice.
We got a question. Let's see. How long? Okay, this one. Have you guys? I think that's for Simon.
Hang on. Do I have to click on it to see the whole question? How long have
Yeah,
you been playing ukulele, and is it harder than any other instrument, I'm gonna guess?
yeah.
So yeah, probably about 5 years, I'd say properly. Um, I think uh, when you first pick it up, the beauty of the ukulele is it's so quick to learn. I could get a 6-year-old playing ukulele in less than a minute, but getting a 6-year-old to maybe play the violin would take weeks, if not months. But then the thing I like about the ukulele is it's challenging because you have so little to work with. You've got a guitar with 6 strings and a huge body and so many notes you can do. Ukulele halves that in some respects. So you have to be more creative with the way you do things. Um, I found it quite easy to learn, um, but depending on what instruments you play, depends on how your brain works. So if so, I learned drums first, so I learned things very logically, and you can learn guitar and ukulele like that as well. But something like piano, I've never been able to do it because my brain doesn't function like that. So it's a lot more difficult for me, especially the older I get, as opposed to playing something, like drums or ukulele or a stringed instrument, because all the ergonomics are kind of similar. Um, so I thought it was quite good, and obviously I played guitar for years, so you can take
Mm,
that over. But that's
mm,
actually a really interesting point: getting out of the mindset of a guitarist and into the mindset of a ukulele player.
mm. I,
Because
I I have like two ideas that came to my mind while you were talking. I think the first one is a lot of people who transition from guitar just think it's a smaller guitar, so they continue playing with the same strumming and
yeah,
holding it in the same way. And like this is, for example, typical in Russia. Like I see someone says, "I'm like fingerstyle ukulele player," but then it looks like they're just holding a small guitar.
yeah,
It doesn't look like a proper like how the like
yeah.
ukulele sound and ukulele style of
Mm.
playing. And then the second thing, I forgot what I was going to say. So you can continue what you were talking about.
Yeah, I think it's a really interesting thing. I mean, I think I'm still transitioning. I still think like a guitarist a lot of the time.
Mm,
But the more you immerse yourself in people that have played nothing but ukulele, the more you pick it up. But um, yeah, that's quite again, that's fun because it's challenging, and then you can
Yeah. What I noticed with the uke is like, I remember my second thing. It's like, it's very easy to pick up. It's very easy to learn and start playing. But then you kind of play though, and it's very hard to get better than like a certain level.
yeah. I think well, yeah, I think that's with it's where you're comfortable, isn't it? But because then you get the enjoyment because you could, merrily play C, A minor, F, and G as much as you like, and that's going to sound great, whether it's on a guitar, whether it's on a ukulele, whatever.
Hmm.
And as long as it feels good and brings you joy, that is the most important thing.
Yep.
But then, obviously, again, pushing through that plateau comes back to that smart practice that we were talking about, and you know, making the targets and videoing the progress every day and structuring it and that can take the joy out of it for some
Do you
people.
watch yourself like on video a lot?
All time, yeah, it's horrendous. Like, so all the posts like the posts I did last week, looking at them every day and just noticing what I did, what I could do better, because time is a big pressure as well. We all, have jobs, children, family, all these things to do about. So like, if I don't finish a video in the session, in the moment, the process that we were talking about, it won't get done and it won't get made, and then my posting schedule goes out. So like, I've done lots of percussive stuff recently, and they've been, for me, postable, but they could definitely be better, and I'm still watching them and then seeing if I can improve upon them off camera as well.
Yeah. I have a question from India. We have a store in India. It's called Thompson.
Nice.
I think so. I've forgotten which area of India they are, but you can DM us and then I will send you their contact. So we have flight ukes in India. You don't have to order them outside of India. And then there is a comment about
The looping.
yeah. Wait, what were we talking about before? About watching yourself a video. I found
Yeah.
like when I'm filming TikToks and I have to watch myself, and then I have to film again and watch myself again, film again, and like after 1 hour, my head starts, like I get a headache, and like I really enjoy making videos, but I realize that me rewatching stuff and looking at the screen like actually like makes me feel bad. Or for example, when I'm doing these lives, when I'm looking at the screen for 1 hour, then like the whole evening my head is buzzing like this. So
Yeah,
yeah.
it's important to find balance, I think, as well. I think sometimes you don't like, definitely, since lockdown's been in effect, and now I'm spending because all my work is on a computer with the college stuff, and then I'm spending, additional time on the computer. So like, I'm spending hours and
Same,
hours in front of
same.
it.
I have to like literally go clean something or wash the dishes so that I'm not looking at the screen.
Yeah, I think it's important. So having that space away, so like, our bedroom doesn't have any technology in it. We have our lounge area downstairs where we relax, but like, work is in my room here, my work room.
That's a good. Okay, what about entry-level looping information?
Okay, so
Maybe let's tease our workshops.
yeah, the looping is, one word comes to mind with looping. Everyone thinks there's a secret to looping. I'm by no means, a super duper amazing looper. Fun to say. Practice. That's all it is. Whatever loop station you have, whether it's, a one pedal, Ditto do one, Boss do the RC20, the RC50, regardless of what looper you're interested in, get one and practice. There's no rules. If it sounds good, great. It's just practice, and it's really good for your sense of time. It's really good for your listening skills. I could probably do. It'd probably be best to do like a longer live session just solely with looping, to break it down into stages. But on a very introduction term, get a looper and practice. That is the only
Amazing.
It might take months until anything sounds good, but that's the secret.
Oh yeah, practice, practice, practice. Do you want to play something?
Yeah, sure. It's nice to do like a little acoustic performance. Normally I'm obviously plugged into all of my silliness.
Yep.
So it's nice just to do a little acoustic one. Let's just... Oh, wait. This is the world's squeakiest chair as well. What should we play? Let's play a song. Tell you what, let's dedicate something to the late great Lil Richard, who passed last week. Bit of Tutti Frutti. Oh, wap bop baloo bop wap bamboo, Tutti Frutti on Rudy, Tutti Frutti on Rudy, woo, Tutti Frutti on Rudy, Tutti Frutti girl named Susie. She knows just what to do, yeah. She rocks to the east, she rocks to the west. She's the girl that I love best. Tutti frutti, oh Rudy. Tutti frutti, oh Rudy. Woo, tutti frutti, oh Rudy. Wop, bop, loop, bop, wop, bamboo. Got a girl named Daisy. She almost drives me crazy. I got a girl named Daisy. She almost drives me crazy. Yeah, she knows that love me, yes indeed. But I did how I should to the fruity, oh Rudy. To the fruity, oh Rudy. Woo, to the fruity, oh Rudy. Wop, 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 bamboo. Oh, to the fruity, oh Rudy. To the fruity, oh Rudy. To the fruity, oh Rudy. Ah, to the fruity, oh Rudy. Woo, to the fruity, oh Rudy. Sing it out about Papa Bamboo. Got a girl named Daisy. She almost drives me crazy. I got a girl named Daisy. Almost drives me crazy. She knows I love me, yes indeed. But I did how I do the best. She said, fruity, oh Rudy. Fruity, oh Rudy. Oh, she said, fruity, oh Rudy. Wap, babaloo, baba, wap, bamboo. There you go, beautiful. Oh.
My next question is, what are the lyrics of this song? What is this wah wah bamboo?
It's Little Richard. It's just gibberish, isn't it? It's just wap babaloo bap wap bamboo. It's just rock and roll, wasn't it? It was.
So it's like not actually English.
No, of course not. It's just rubbish, just made up nonsense. But
I was always wondering,
yeah.
but I was always too lazy to look it up. Okay, my next question is like, how do you arrange songs? Do you have like a method? Like when you see some song, when you hear some song, you're like, oh, I want to cover it. Like, what do you do? What are you like? In short,
The thing that always changes the way I think about a song is my vocal range. I have a very low vocal range, and I finally came to terms with that
me too.
A couple of years ago. Yeah, you know, in the music industry, generally, male artists have a really high range. So Bruno Mars has an enormously high range. Sam Smith, you know, John Legend, all of those guys. And for just most men, it's not physically possible. So most of the time I'm rearranging songs because I have to take it down considerably. So like if we do Superstition, I'm just going to bring the camera down again, by Stevie Wonder. There is superstition, you believe it. Like that's right, really struggling for me, and I couldn't do, you know, an hour's gig all at that level. So that's in E flat originally, and I take it down all the way to B. There is superstitions writing on the wall, and you know you can hear it just sounds more comfortable. And I, you know, in playing weddings, I've had to play for 3 hours straight before with no break. And if I'm singing "There is superstition" all the time, it's just going to absolutely destroy my voice. So that's the number one thing, really. Just somewhere where I can sing it comfortably, and then that inspires the arrangement. And then if I'm doing something on the loop station, it's normally because so one of my favorite things I really love to do is to replicate something as accurately as possible with a ukulele. So like a piano sound or a synthesizer with a ukulele. So with like my Faithless Insomnia cover or the You Can Loop It stuff, you know, you're messing around. So like, you know, in dance songs where you get the like that explosion kind of thing. before a chorus. It's like, and there's like a slide. I remember I tuned all the strings to the same note on the ukulele, and then I got a slide, and then just like, and then drenched it in loads of effects. So, yeah. So that's the main vocal range, and then just replicating sounds as best I can with technology.
But can you like you just hear like how it sounds, or do you like look the tabs up
No, I do it all by ear.
by ear? Wow.
I'm not great at reading music and tabs. So yeah, I just do it all by ear really.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Yeah.
Impressive. Impressive. So you like hear like E, and then you think, okay, you're doing it in B, and then you have to change like all the rest of the chords and everything.
Yeah, so I'd learn it in the original key first.
Mm-hmm.
So that can take anywhere from an hour to a month, depending on the song.
Okay.
Like the old time jazzy songs, like anything by Frank Sinatra, always takes me so long because it's got so many chords in it, and then you have to put it in a new key. So yeah, learn it one way, transpose it all into a different key, learn it the other way.
Why are you transposing Sinatra? Like he's pretty low.
Um,
No?
so well, he is low, but I'm lower, and his technique is really good. So like that you make me feel so young. Bells to be rung, wonderful flings to be flung. Like
Mm,
for me, I could my technique could be better, but he's
mm, mm.
obviously fantastic just a singer.
We are talking about arranging songs, like doing
Yeah,
covers and adjusting the song to your voice.
yeah.
And yeah, what I think my next question was also about those, but let's play something so that we have
Okay,
a musical pause in between.
we'll do a Frank. Talking about Frank Sinatra, we'll do a Frank Sinatra tune.
Cool.
Fly me to the moon, let me play up in those stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand. In other words, my darling, why don't you kiss me? I'll fill my heart with song. Let me sing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, I love you. Why don't you fill my heart with your song? Let me sing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship, and all I adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, in other words, I love you.
Oh, so sweet.
Beautiful. Ah, that was one. That was actually one of the first songs I gigged with on the ukulele. Yeah, I played that song for years. Great song, beautiful song.
Do you like ever sing to your wife? Like, darling, I have a romantic song for you. I'm gonna serenade.
So I met my wife when I was at university, and she came to all the gigs for a very long time, and that was before it was properly a job as well. But now, because I do so many shows, like like last year, I had 2 gigs across a weekend, and she hadn't seen me play for about 6 months. So she came, saw me play, and was like, "Wow, this is amazing, really fun." And then the next day, we went to a festival together where I played again, and I played the same set because that's what you do. And she was like, "Oh, I've seen it before now." So um, no,
Boring, boring.
yeah, it's a job at the end of the day. Like I've played "Fly Me to the Moon" God knows how many times. I love the song, but my training has made it so that I can play the same thing over and over and over again. But not everyone has that, and I don't want to force her to listen to the same songs again and again and again and again. But I've written her songs before, and yeah, that's fine. But that's
I
not
have a
really.
question like about your vocal training. Like, have you like learned it, or you learned by yourself, or did you do like any?
I've had some singing lessons. I know the basics, and I know like after I had singing lessons, there was a noticeable improvement, mainly in not hurting when I sing. I'm a bit lazy with keeping it up, so like since lockdowns happened, there's like I've not been doing any exercises for vocals at all, so like a bit out of shape, but
Oh,
um, but that's what happens, and I imagine that when lockdown is lifted, um, you know, start doing the scales again.
I used to be in a choir when I was small, but like now I cannot sing anything. And I'm always like curious about people who do like singing lessons and who can actually sing. And I'm always like curious, like if I take these lessons, maybe will it improve or will I like, or is it like forever broken and like never?
No, you definitely can. Like some people, can do it easier. They can do it more naturally, but it's something that can be taught. There are techniques. There's just muscles at the end of the day, isn't it? And there's there's ways to use them that stop damage, and there's ways to use them to project better. And it's not necessarily what you deem to sound right. It's what is comfortable for you. Some of the best vocalists in the world have really bad pitching,
Mm.
and but you don't care because their voice is theirs. I think it's a very personal instrument, your voice, and 9 times out of 10, someone that's comfortable with their voice, people are like, "Wow, you're a great singer," regardless of how technically good they are. So
Mm-mm-mm.
I think it's just that's singing lessons are good for confidence more than anything because you're just doing it more and more and more.
Interesting. Okay. Maybe one day I will get to it.
Go for it. It's great. Yeah.
Maybe. For now, I'm too embarrassed to sing anything. And when we travel to China and to Korea and to Japan, we always get invited to those karaoke bars. And
Definitely.
then I drink a little bit and I become like Michael Jackson. So I'm like,
Yeah.
woo, singing.
Go for it.
And then I watch a video of myself the next day and it's so bad. And I get really embarrassed and I'm like, I should learn something because all these Asian people, they're so good with,
Yeah.
their karaoke stuff. And then we are next to them are like just really horrible singers.
But again, if it feels good, that's the important thing. If you enjoy singing, regardless of again how technically able you are, that's the important thing. Like with any musical instrument, as long as you enjoy it, that's the main thing.
Okay, thanks for the tip. I think I think my next question, what do you like about our ukes, like the ukes that you have?
Well, it's just the Mustang is a workhorse. So, you know, I need one ute that does everything I need it to do. And that's what this does.
Cool.
It's it, it's solid, it's big, it's boomy, uh, it's well made. Like, not everyone can afford thousands and thousands of pounds, dollars, yen, or whatever to get, you know, the super delightful, amazing, special, crazy, lovely, amazing ones. But like for the price point, yeah, just craftsmanship. That's the thing. It's like it's a well-crafted ukulele. That's it, really.
Cool, cool.
Like,
You're doing well. You know, like usually before the interview, before the Q&A, I usually send the questions so people have time to prepare and to think what they're going to reply. But I'm just throwing them at you because I wanted to see how you do it.
yeah,
We're just improvising.
I am self-proclaimed. I don't know much, you know, like about wood sounds or, you know. I think this is Achaia, however you pronounce it.
Acacia.
Acacia. There you go. I can't even pronounce it. Like, I just know what I like and I know what sounds good, and this sounds good. As does my baritone, like the GUB 38. Like, that's just great, and it's chunky and it's amazing. And just I know what I like. I know what sounds good. This works for me, and as a consumer, as you know, someone that can't afford really expensive stuff for the price point, this is like, yeah.
Cool. I'm happy that you're happy with it.
And it's pretty.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yes, yeah. We have a comment. It's lockdown. Cannot play ukulele. No shops open. Deliver one for me. Which country are you in? Because like all countries that I know of deliver, and online sales are like really booming. Danny, hola,
Danny!
hola. Okay, let's play something for Danny so he can
Something for
enjoy.
Danny. Oh, cool. Right, I'll tell you what. I'll pop this down again.
Yep.
I'll do a bit of the old... Bit of Blackstreet. Hey. Mm-hmm. 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 Drop the verse now. Shorty get down. Good Lord. Baby got him up and over town. Strictly bitch, you don't play around. You cover much ground. Got game by the pound. Getting paid is a forte. Each and every day. True play away. Can't get it out of my mind. Wow. Think about the girl all the time. Wow, wow. East side to the west side. Pushing fat rides. Ain't no surprise. She got tricks in the stash. Dragging up the cash. Fast when it comes to the gas. I know me is Everest, so baby she gotta have me. Baby I'm a perfect 10, I wanna get in. Can I get down so I can win? I like the way you work it, no diggity, I'm about to bag it up. I like the way you work it, no diggity, I'm about to bag it up. Say, I like the way you work it, no diggity, I'm about to bag it up. I like the way you work it, I know diggity, about to bag it up and sing here, 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 here. Here, 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 here. Hey, pretty lady, here, 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 here. Here, 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 here. I like the way you work it, no diggity, about to bag it up. I like the way wet the pepper is the no diggity, pepper timber. Yeah, I like the way you work it, no diggity, about to bag it up. I like the way you work it, no diggity, about to bag it up. Hey! Ah, need to practice. Hop, no, hip, ho.
Yay! Woohoo!
That links quite nicely into the playing versus practice. I can play that song, but that little lick there, I could probably practice a little bit more.
I know. I have a comment saying, I wish I could sing to do stuff like that. Sadly, I can only play mediocre. Practice! Like
Well,
Simon says. Simon says practice 1 hour a day.
and funny you should say that because you can all do that. And on Monday, core, there's even going to be a blooming tutorial video of how to do no diggity in that ukulele percussive style. That's going to be going live on my YouTube on Monday morning. I'll be flinging it all over Instagram as well, and it breaks it down into 3 simple steps, which is going to be super easy and getting people playing in that percussive style. My first tutorial as well. I've done it. I've finally done it. It's going to be there. It's going to be rocking.
Yay! And let's also announce the workshops.
Oh yeah, let's do that right now. Workshops all the way. So what we got? I put it on my phone because I've noted it down and left it. So we got 24th,
Yeah.
27th,
Yeah.
and the 30th. Flight ukulele takeovers. I'm taking over the Flight Ukulele Instagram page. That's again, that should be fun for you. And
I know. I'm gonna be like.
I'm going to be doing workshops. So I'm going to be doing some percussive ukulele workshop. I'm going to be talking about arranging songs. So maybe changing the chords or playing chords slightly differently. So, you know, if you feel like you're stuck playing C, A minor, G, F in root position, I'm going to show you how to spice those up a little bit. Maybe a little bit of beatbox, who knows? Maybe a little bit of looping. We're going to be looking at some George Ezra. We're going to be looking at some Billie Eilish. We might even have another look at No Diggity if people are really enjoying it as well. I'm going to be taking over and I'm going to be absolutely smashing it out the park. Oh,
Yeah, we
boom.
are super excited. So, guys, this is the first time that actually we are starting with this live Instagram takeovers. So, Simon will be first. Then we're gonna have Danny at beginning of June, and then we're gonna have takeovers by Matthew and Uke. So the idea is that we will not be doing the like joint live, but like Simon will go live from the flight account. So this way you will be able to watch him in like full screen. And yeah, so we are doing 3 workshops on 20. Let me write it here. What were the dates again?
There's 24th,
24. Yes.
27th, and the
Yes.
30th,
Yes. Okay.
I think.
I also think so. Okay, and yeah, for sure we will announce them on our Instagram as well. But you guys are the first to hear about it, so this is like super fresh news, and we're super excited.
Great. Gonna be
And
wicked.
yeah, and then we're gonna follow up with some YouTube videos, and we're gonna link to them on our website so that everything is synchronized. So it will be like exclusive workshops from Simon live in recording on YouTube if you missed the live, and then like everything will be neatly organized on a website so you can like come back to it like 3 months later. For example,
yeah.
if you don't feel ready now, if you feel like you need to learn to play a bit more, but you can come back to it like in September. That actually sounds so cool. I'm teaching myself how to play, so many tips and tutorials I can find. Are great. Yeah. Well, you are in the right place. We are developing Flight School. So
Flight School!
Yay! Because we have so many amazing artists who have like different knowledge, and we want them to share their knowledge with our flighters, with our audience. And yes, that's a great initiative. Yeah, thank you for.
Disclaimer: you're not going to learn how to fly an aircraft.
Yep.
It's all
Yeah.
to do with ukulele. It's nothing to do with flying aircraft. I
Unfortunately.
don't want to attract the wrong crowd. That's all. I don't know how to fly anything.
I think we have like 6 minutes left, and I have 2 more questions. So, but
Okay.
they're like pretty short. How it feels to be in flight crew?
Great.
Yay!
Brilliant.
Okay, that's it. Next question.
You're bloody lovely. You are. You and the whole team. You just exactly like you're really nice, and nice people make the world a better place to be in. And it's a pleasure to be part of it.
Yes, let's spread the positivity, and I hope we get to meet in the UK or somewhere else in like during this summer or like in this year, because like a lot of events got cancelled, like NAV got cancelled.
So many cool, like all my cool summer gigs are now cancelled. But again, they can happen next year. You know, the future is bright. The future is flight.
Yeah, amazing. Okay, my last question is like, what are your aspirations for the future, like, and as an artist, or what are your plans? Except the flight workshops, of course.
So, releasing my own music, which will be happening very, very soon. Like we finished recording, it's just being mixed and mastered. Just I want to go places and meet people. That's why I was really excited for this year. You know, we're going to be at Music Messi. We're going to come to Slovenia, and then you know who knows where it may have gone. You know, that's the thing that I'd love to do and meet people through music. That's the only dream I now have. You know, I've had dreams and aspirations before, but I think that's the best way because regardless of how successful I am, if I meet people through music, that's the loveliest thing. You know, I met my best friend through music. I met my wife through music. It's something I can't get rid of. So I'm just going to meet more people, and yeah, and a bit more YouTube as well. I like YouTube, so I'm making more videos. I don't know, just to explore creativity a bit more. You know, make this do funky things. And,
Cool.
you know,
That's a nice plan.
Yeah.
What is that black thingy you have on your uke?
So have you come across Boris? Is it Mogelski yet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Israel. That's slagwerk. Okay.
The little multi-clap thing.
I know them. We work together for some markets, and I visited them, and they were showing this to me before they actually launched it, and they were telling me we have this amazing product, but we don't know how to make it stick. So they were like working, like brainstorming on like different sticking things, and they were like just thinking it would be perfect to have something like a chewing gum that you can like just attach. And they had like something like a blue tack type of thing. So yeah, I actually saw this product in development.
It's cool. I mean, it developed. It's super. I put it on to test it, and it's not coming off now, so it's there forever. But they're cool. I mean,
the idea for it, like when I saw it, the idea for it was to be able to take it off and put it like on another place. But obviously, that's not the case.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think it looks all right.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, it's cool. Again, something cool to experiment with. You get a little clickety clack. I've only just got them and still working out how to use it and still, you know, doing the percussive thing for a bit, you know, so might as well enjoy it.
Yeah. Schlagwerk are German cajon company, so they do cajons, but I think this is the only non-cajon thing that they did, like one of this. But they also do a lot of accessories for cajons. I don't know if you saw like lots of like things that you can attach to your legs and to your arms, and you're like just walking like percussion stand.
I think I mean, let's try it again. So yeah, you know, it's just a little clickety clacker. I think it obviously depends on how big a ukulele is and what kind of wood it's made out of. So I'm still playing around with it, but it's just fun. It's great. Yeah,
I think Matteo is asking what is it for. I think it's just for making.
It just makes a sound. That's all it is. So like if you're doing some drums, you know, just gets a little clickety clack kind of thing.
What's your guys' Instagrams? I made a bunch of small doodles. Simon's Instagram is Ukulele Simon. Mine is juliana.flight. I think you can find it, or you can send it to flightukulele. Yay! Wicked. We have 1 minute countdown before we get countdown. Yay! Okay, let's go out while playing. So, thanks everyone for watching, and yeah, you got 1 minute to go.
Oh God! Okay. Thanks for tuning in, guys, and cheers.
Have a great weekend, everyone.
And you be a legend. Okay. I'm the king of the swingers, oh, jungle VIP. I've reached the top and I had to stop, and that's what's bothering me. I'll be name and go and stroll right into town. I'll be just like them other men. I'm tired of mugging around. Oh, whoop-de-doo. I wanna be like you. I wanna walk like you and talk like you. It's true. Ain't you see, Kiki, on it like me? And learn to be like someone like you. And learn to be like someone like you. And learn to be like someone like you. Thanks for tuning in, folks. You